Adjustment Yoga, and today, as promised, we will be going into another section of a yoga sequence. So today we're going to focus in on the Sun Salutation B. And so there are lots of different names for this. People call it Dancing Warrior, but Sun Salutation B has a lot of the same features. But again, like I said in the first video, where we're breaking down sequences, there's a variation on everything. And so what we're trying to do is just get the fundamental poses down and the fundamental postures and how it should feel while you're doing that sequence. So instead of just running through things that you're trying to listen, you're trying to watch all at the same time and trying to understand what you're supposed to be doing, this will really help break it down by that particular sequence, which is the Sun Salutation B. So I'm going to just do a quick demo through the whole thing, and it's not that long, and then we will start pose by pose, going through how each should feel, how you can get the most out of each sequence. So with Sun Salutation B, you'll be coming out of Sun A, most likely. Your feet will be apart, and you'll come into chair pose. So chair, then you'll forward fold, halfway lift, plant your hands, step back, go through your chaturanga, your flow, whether that's up through your knees or high to low, pressing through to upward dog or cobra, and then up into that down dog. So if you're just joining on this particular sequence, please walk out the legs. Then we'll be lifting your right leg, stepping it through, coming up through Warrior 1, opening up to Warrior 2, leaning forward, arm down and across your thigh, left hand over for extended side angle, coming back into revolving, and then we'll cartwheel our hands down to the mat, step back, go through your flow chaturanga, and meet me in down dog. And then we repeat that on the other side, all right? So let's do this together. So you're coming out of Sun A. You'll be facing the side of the wall. You're going to come into a chair pose. So the chair pose, you're bringing your seat towards the ground as if there's some sort of chair back there. Trying to keep the knees over the ankles. And your hands can be at heart center or overhead. Breathe. It's very important through the yoga poses that you continue to breathe. I know that's hard. And now we're going to let that go and bend over for forward fold. Letting your head release to gravity. Your hands are dangling towards the floor, reaching opposite elbows. Coming up to halfway lift, gaze is towards the mat, back is flat. Fold forward, plant the hands, step back, hold that plank, get in that plank, squeeze your abs, tuck your pelvis on just a little, making sure you're pressing through your shoulders. Go through your flow, whether that's dropping the knees, coming down to the mat, pressing up through cobra. Feel that nice stretch across the abdomen. Hold here. Broaden across your collarbone, looking straight ahead. Pressing your thighs into the mat if you're in cobra, or if you're in upward dog, pressing your feet into the mat. And then tuck your toes under, sending your seat high into that inverted V shape. Walk out your dog. Give me a little smile. All right, come to stillness. You can have your knees bent, you can have your legs straight, whatever feels comfortable. Let your head dangle Open your jaw and breathe. From here, we're going to lift your right leg into the sky. You're going to look forward in between your hands, and you're going to bring that foot through with core strength and control. If that is hard for you, you can use your hand to bring it through. And you're going to bring yourself up. Both feet are facing forward. You're going to reach your arm up. Your front leg is bent. Hands are up or at heart center. So from here, check in on that front leg. Use that leg. Use that strength of that hamstring. Pressing into that back foot, getting a little stretch in that calf. You're pulling your core in for balance. So from wherever you are, we're going to bring the hands around. Your front leg will be staying straight where it is. Your feet are straight. The back leg is pressing through that back hip, opening up the hip. Arms are straight over. This is for warrior 2. So you're pulling in that core, looking over that front hand. Your front leg is bent. And we're going to do extended side angle. So you're going to reach forward, bring your right arm down to your right thigh, and reach that left arm open. So don't dump into your right arm. Continue to use that core to hold you. Reaching that arm, you should feel a nice stretch across the rib cage here. Reaching high, looking high. If you can't do that on your neck, that's okay. Just look down to your toe or wherever your head feels most comfortable. Now let's reverse our warrior. So you're going to, over a long inhalation, bring that left hand down. Your legs stay the same. Left hand comes down your left thigh. Your right arm comes reaching over, opening across that right rib cage, looking up towards that hand or towards that back foot, whichever is best on your neck. Take a big inhale here. If you can't take a big inhale, bring yourself up a little bit. You just don't want to constrict too much of your breath here. The breath really helps loosen things up. Big inhale, and we're going to bring our hands down to the mat. Step back into that plank pose. Go through your flow, whether that's high to low plank and through chaturanga and up dog, or knees to cobra. When you get to your cobra or your up dog, give yourself a little bit of a shoulder shake. And then from here, you push yourself into that down dog. All right, we're going to talk about the down dog a little bit here. So look at your hands. Your hands should be spread wide, pressing in through your index finger and your thumb. Walking out the legs. Now look back, look between the legs as you walk out the feet. And try to release the jaw. Let out a couple big sighs. From here, we're going to bring our left leg into the air. We're going to step it through in between our hands. Again, use that assist if you'd like. Hands can come along the legs, and you're going to come up to warrior 1. So come up slow using your core. Find a place on the wall to look. That will help you keep your balance. Hands at your heart center or up above. Feeling that strength across the back leg. You're bending into that front, using that quad. Now we're going to open up to warrior 2. Front leg stays the same, but you open up the hips. Hands are parallel to the ground. From here, we'll do extended side angle. So reach that left hand forward over your leg. Right arm reaches up, expanding across that rib cage, opening that up, looking towards that hand if that's comfortable. Big inhale, big exhale. Over a long inhalation, bring yourself up, bringing your hand down your back leg. Left arm reaches up, opening up, spiraling open that rib cage. Take a big inhale. If that's difficult, bring yourself up a little bit, give yourself more space. And then we're going to cartwheel our hands to the mat. Go through your flow. Meet me in down dog. Or you can always skip the flow, go straight to down dog. Or take a mini hiatus and come to child's pose. As a reminder, the child's pose is always available. Knees to the outside edges of the mat, hands reaching forward. Rest your head down in the mat. Big inhale and exhale. Come up into that down dog if you are in the child's pose. We're going to look to the top of the mat. Jump or step forward. Forward fold. And come all the way up into chair pose. So we're going to run through that a little bit quicker. So we're in chair pose. Hands are overhead or at heart center. Feeling in our thighs as you push that seat down just a little bit more. Fold over the legs. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step back, plank, go through your flow. High to low plank, chaturanga. Into up dog and down dog. Bring your right leg into the sky. Step it through. Bring it up to warrior one. Both feet are facing the front of the room. Core is engaged. Arms are overhead. Bend into that front leg. Open up. Opening up that hip. Your back foot comes to 90 degrees. Legs, arms are straight out from you. Looking over that front hand. Reach forward. Bring your right hand across your right thigh. Left arm overhead, opening up that rib cage. And bring yourself back. Hand comes down your left leg, right arm comes over for reversing your warrior. And let's bring our hands to the mat. Step back, go through your flow, skip it all together, and meet me in downward facing dog. Whew, good job. All right, so from here, I want us to focus in on our dog, but let's step our feet out just a little bit wider on the mat and just pedal out the feet here. Big inhale and exhale it all out. From here, let's bring your right leg into the sky. We'll step it through to warrior one. Open up, warrior two. Bring it forward, extended side angle. Left arm back, down your leg, right arm over for reversing your warrior. Cartwheel your hands to the mat, step back, go through your flow. Meet me in downward facing dog. Let that head hang to gravity. Maybe do a couple calf raises here in down dog. And next inhale, bring your left leg into the sky. Step it forward. Come up to warrior one. Get your balance. Pressing into that back foot. Opening up to warrior two. Check your hands, make sure they're parallel. Bring that left arm forward, down across your leg. Right arm reaches over. Opening up that rib cage. Arm is reaching high towards the sky. And a long inhalation, bring your right hand down the back leg. Left hand reaches up and over. Big inhale. And let's cartwheel our hands to the mat. And step back. Let's come down into a child's pose position. Good job, guys. Big inhale. Exhale it all out. Big inhale. Let it all out. And let's bring yourself up. We'll do a tiny review of the calming series that we did last time. So bring yourself to tabletop after. And we're going to do cat-cow. So we're going to drop the navel towards the floor, seat bone towards the ceiling, inhaling and looking up. On an exhale, look towards your navel, press into your hand. You're like an angry cat. And inhale to cow, dropping the belly, seat bones up. You can give yourself any movements you may need here. And just go through cat and cow at your own pace. Just loosening up that spinal column, using your own breath as your guide. You can do a couple hip circles if you'd like, especially after us doing the chair pose. So now we have reviewed child's pose through the calming series. Last time we did the Sun Salutation A, and then this time we did Sun Salutation B, or what is called the Dancing Warrior series. So I hope getting through those two sequences, we can keep building on. You can do this video as many times as you want to perfect the poses, and you'll get more comfortable as you move through them and listen to the instructions each time on the foot placement and the hand placement, and eventually it just becomes ingrained in you, and you can do it by second nature. So, but what we're working on is trying to get you familiar with the names of the poses and the names of the sequences. So when the teacher's like, we're going to do Sun Salutation A, you know what that is and it's not intimidating. And now you know what Sun Salutation B is. So we do have planned to do the crescent series yet, and of course the triangle series. Then I will work on some spinal twists and probably incorporate some abs with that spinal twist one. So stay tuned. Now reflect on what worked today, what didn't work, what stayed with you, and what we can work on more. Feel free to drop comments below, and I am happy to help out in any way I can. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for making me part of it, and see you next time.